This is Nationwide 90 FM, owned and operated by Nationwide News Network. We broadcast from our studios at 6 Bradley Avenue, Kingston 10, Jamaica. Transmitting on the FM 90 band. 90.3 from Peters Rock in St. Andrew and Murphy Hill in St. Anne. Serving Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Anne, parts of Clarendon, St. Mary, and St. Thomas. 90.5 from Huntley in Manchester, transmitting to St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Manchester, Clarendon, rural St. Andrew, and parts of St. Thomas. And 90.7 from Coopers Hill in St. Andrew and Flower Hill in St. James, serving Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, sections of Trelawney, Kingston, St. Catherine, Clarendon, St. Mary, Portland, and St. Anne. Nationwide 90 FM also broadcasts on the World Wide Web on nationwideradiojm.com and on Flow on channel 916. Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media. You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
6 o'clock.
From the studios of Nationwide Radio, morning radio the right way. It's Nationwide This Morning.
A very good morning to you. I'm Tona Thomas. Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning, Monday, October 14, 2024. Prime Minister Andrew Holness calls on a party leadership to mend offences with their constituency base. Leadership and management training facility for court staff on the horizon. Cultural Studies professor says grooming policy at GC Foster College is restrictive and authoritarian. In international news, the U.S. says it is sending anti-missile system and troops to Israel. In sports, Reggae Boys set to take on Honduras in the CONCACAF Nations League this evening. And in business, UK Prime Minister pledges to scrap red tape to boost investment. The details after the break.
Looking to add a touch of elegance to your room? The Lighting World by Fosrich is having a massive lighting blowout sale. Get your wall lamps, chandeliers, ceiling lamps, fans, and more at amazingly low prices. Sale begins Sunday, September 29, with up to 50% off selected items. It's the Fosrich Lighting Blowout Sale, September 29. Shop and save only at Fosrich. Open Sundays.
Catch the first news of the day. A comprehensive package of local, international, sports, and business news. The news at 6 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. Prime Minister and GLP leader Andrew Holness says disaffection among workers and supporters contributed to the party's less than stellar performance during the local government elections in February. Addressing a massed gathering of JLP supporters at the Area 2 conference on Sunday, Mr. Holness says he's given a directive to the party leadership to mend offences with the base in their constituencies.
The base of the party, the workers of the party, some of them did not feel as appreciated, as recognized, and as rewarded as they should be. They feel that their government is in power, and whilst they are not looking for state resources to be channeled to them, and as leader of the party, I've been very clear that we cannot use state resources and we will not use state resources in those ways. But nevertheless, there is the expectation that the party itself as an organization must reach out to its base, its co-workers, and show them care, and on top of that, respect.
The local government election saw the JLP losing several council seats to the opposition PNP. The Prime Minister says the party's leadership analysed the findings of an election review at a recent retreat. From that retreat, Mr. Holness says he called on the party's top brass to go on a charm offensive over the coming months, leading to the next general elections.
So we got a clear message from you in February. And like any intelligent organization, we have recalibrated. And a few months ago, even up to a few weeks ago, we called a retreat of all our MPs, all our constituency leadership, and we declared to them a course of action that they must take, which involves a reaching out to all our workers, mending fences with all our workers and supporters, no matter if you think you're right, or if the other person wrong, or if there was disrespect or disregard. It don't matter. What matter is that the Jamaica Labour Party continues to bring good policies and government to the people of the country, and your little petty arguments should not stop that.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness, he was speaking at the JLP Area 2 Constituency Conference at the Portmore Heart Academy. Meanwhile, Mr. Holness called on his supporters to commit themselves to protecting freedom of the press. The Prime Minister says the JLP must at all times defend this important element of Jamaica's democracy.
Now, I want you to follow my words here very carefully. Jamaica is a free country, and we believe in freedom of the press. And we must do everything in our power to protect the freedom of the press. I want you to understand that this government is very clear in everything that it does, that an important element of our democracy for which we are respected internationally is that we have a very free press.
Both the JLP and the PNP came under fire from the Press Association of Jamaica, PAJ, last week for utterances attempting to link journalists and media houses to certain political parties. Mr. Holness urged his supporters to counteract messages they deem negative in the media with their own positive news rather than attacking the source of the information.
In the landscape of a free press, and in particular in the age of social media, some of us may feel uncomfortable when the dominant media houses portray our position in ways that we don't like. But let me be clear with you that we have seen the media landscape in Jamaica change dramatically and radically. And what the Jamaica Labour Party must do as we enter into the battle for your minds is ensure that we put the information out there in the traditional media, but in all forms of media, to ensure that the people of Jamaica have the balanced and accurate view of what is happening in their country.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Chief Justice Brian Sykes says a leadership and management training facility is to be formally established in 2025. This will facilitate training for the leadership corps of the courts, which includes lawyers and judges. He was speaking at the annual assize service to mark the Michaelmas term of the Home Circuit Court on Sunday.
One of the things that we are going to be formalizing this year is, and this is the title for the time being, it may change. It is the Caribbean College of Judicial Leadership Excellence. And this is to be established in 2025 to train the leadership core of the courts. Lawyers, unless they come from another discipline, generally speaking, do not receive any training in leadership or management.
Justice Sykes says leadership training will redound to the benefit of the justice system.
We graduate from the law school, we start to work, and then we become proficient at what we do, and then at some point, somebody gets the bright idea that because you're proficient, you're going to be transformed or can be transformed into an effective leader. And so leadership is a skill that lawyers don't learn. And so we are going to be engaging in the deliberate process of ensuring that the leadership core of the courts, that is judges, court administrators, registrars, and so on, are properly trained to carry out their functions.
Chief Justice Brian Sykes. Meanwhile, Chief Justice Sykes says there has been an inconsistency in the delivery of services in the courts.
We have had a problem, and this is the consistency in the delivery of services. and lawyers here have been complaining, particularly in the parish courts. You go to Portland to carry out process A, you get one response. You go to the adjoining parish in St. Mary to carry out the same process, you get a different response. You go over to Trelawney, you get a different response for trying to engage the courts for the same service.
He says they're working on making 4 of the courts in Jamaica ISO certified.
We are on the path now to having 4 of our courts ISO certified. That is the Court of Appeal, the High Court Division of the Gun Court, the Hanover Parish Court, and the St. Thomas Parish Court. And what that means is that our processes will be documented and known, yes? So it reduces idiosyncratic behavior. I want it done this way. Why? Because I say so. It's time that comes to an end in our courts.
Chief Justice Brian Sykes, he made the announcement at the annual Assize service to mark the Michaelmas term of the Home Circuit Court on Sunday. Head of the St. Catherine North Police Division, Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, is attributing the decline in major crimes in the division to the targeting of violence producers during a Lay Magistrates Association awareness session held at the Dintil Technical High School last Friday. Superintendent Nicholson announced that year to date, there has been a significant drop in major crimes across the division. He said murders were down by 26%, rapes are also down by 26%, and robberies were down by 56%. In an interview with Nationwide News, the superintendent said violence producers outside of the division were also targeted.
We have been pursuing the persons we believe are the, what we call them, violence producers. We have been pursuing the persons of interest. We have been pursuing wanted men wherever our intelligence takes us. That's where we go. And in some instances, our intelligence takes us out of our jurisdiction. So we are trying to go after the persons who we believe are involved. And while doing so, we infuse our public order operation that is trying as best as practicable to deny persons from committing crimes in public spaces and public thoroughfare.
The St. Catherine North Division covers several hotspots, including sections of Spanish Town and Linstead. Efforts will be made to sustain the drop in crime in the division. Superintendent Nicholson said that as part of the strategy, the Proceeds of Crimes Act, POCA, will be used to take the profits out of crime.
It's not just to arrest. We are going with the anti-gang legislation. We are going with the POCA legislation. So we are using all the available legislation to ensure that the profit of crime, they don't benefit from the profit of crime as well. So that's one of the strategies.
Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, head of the St. Catherine North Police Division. Meanwhile, the St. Catherine North Police Division is grappling with the incidents of break-ins. Superintendent Nicholson says unscrupulous persons have been targeting certain communities and gaining entry to homes because of a lack of proper security features. In an interview with her news center, Superintendent Nicholson advised residents to invest in cameras as part of improving security.
We have put in some initiatives and we have held on to some of the persons. So at the moment, the rate of break-ins have been reduced. So we have held 2 persons and we are pursuing at least 2 others that we hope to apprehend in short order. We realize that persons are trying to monitor how persons go in and out of their homes, especially in well-populated areas. And we have found we are engaging the citizens and we have encouraged them to make themselves a harder target by installing cameras and putting other infrastructure that will help to negate the break-in.
Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, head of the St. Catherine North Police Division. Police in Manchester fatally shot a man said to be mentally ill on Sunday. The man, whose identity has not yet been revealed, was throwing stones at the lawman. The incident happened at Kingsland around 1 p.m. Reports are the man had attacked a senior citizen along the Kingsland main road. The senior citizen reportedly ran to a nearby gas station for assistance. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, the man reportedly began hurling stones at them. The cops reportedly fired warning shots in an apparent attempt to de-escalate the confrontation. However, the man reportedly kept stoning the police and wounded one of the lawmen. He was then shot by the police. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The senior citizen and 3 policemen are receiving treatment at hospital. The cops are also to do x-rays. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, is probing the incident. Now, Professor of Cultural Studies at the University of the West Indies, Donna Hope, is describing the grooming policy at G.C. Foster College of Physical Education and Sport as restrictive and authoritarian. Her comments come after recent complaints from male students at the teacher training institution that they were forced to cut their hair or be barred from school. Principal Maurice Wilson has defended the policy, which bans long hair, cornrows, and plaits in male students. He says the policy complies with teacher training regulations, but Professor Hope is questioning whether such a code exists.
I thought it was odd that one, they are targeting only men because women are able to style their hair using all kinds of stuff. They put things in it to lengthen it, all kinds of odd things, wigs and glued on things. And the young men in particular, I found it a bit odd because I've never heard of that policy at the tertiary level for teachers. Never heard of it before. And G.C. Foster trains people especially in physical education and those areas. So I found it very odd, and it sounds very authoritarian and restrictive. So I want to know that. It's a question I have because I haven't found any documentation to support it. Is there a particular special code of ethics?
Professor Hope says some administrators may be passing on their personal preferences as rules.
Sounds to me like what has been happening a lot of educational institutions, that administrators at high levels are using their personal preferences and putting them in place as rules and regulations for institutions that govern the lives of a whole mass of people. That's how it sounds to me. And I have people went to G.C. Foster back in the day, and I never heard any of that going on there. So it must be something as well. It's like the only period of freedom that these young people have before they go off into the professional world.
Donna Hope, Professor of Cultural Studies at the University of the West Indies. And that's it for the local segment of the news. Up next, regional and international.
Best dressed chicken, Vienna sausages. 100% chicken, straight Jamaican, I eat.
The time by Best Dressed Chicken Vienna Sausages is
6:16.
So where you get?
The new Popeyes blackened chicken sandwich, my girl. The flavor just hits different.
Blackened like it burn up?
Nah, man. Blackened because of the color of the Louisiana herbs and spices. Blackened like the flavor buck. No breading and the seasoning soaked deep in the chicken. But get yours and try it, cause me nah share yours. Get the new Popeyes blackened chicken sandwich. Limited time only. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
In regional and international news this morning, regional news, India's ambassador to Suriname, Subhash Gupta, has been concurrently accredited as the next High Commissioner to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. India's Ministry of External Affairs says he is expected to take up the new assignment shortly. Gupta's appointment as India's ambassador to Suriname came in July of this year. The ministry notes that India and Suriname enjoy a close and friendly relationship, bolstered by cultural ties and the presence of the Indian diaspora, which dates back over 150 years. Diplomatic relations between India and Suriname were established in 1976, with the Indian embassy opening in Paramaribo in 1977. This was followed by the establishment of the Surinamese embassy in New Delhi in 2000. International now. The United States said on Sunday it will send U.S. troops to Israel along with an advanced U.S. anti-missile system. U.S. President Joe Biden said the move was meant to defend Israel, which is weighing an expected retaliation against Iran after Tehran fired more than 180 missiles at Israel on October 1. Pentagon spokesperson Major General Patrick Ryder described the deployment as part of the broader adjustments the U.S. military has made in recent months to support Israel and defend U.S. personnel from attacks by Iran and Iranian-backed groups. Officials say the U.S. has been privately urging Israel to calibrate its response to avoid triggering a broader war in the Middle East, with Biden publicly voicing his opposition to an Israeli attack on Iran's nuclear sites. And that's it for regional and international. Up next, sports.
Jamaica live good, yeah. I make we enjoy life while we feel safe at night.
Driver, take time with me and let me out.
Lady, relax yourself. Me a drive from me a youth. Me know what me a do.
Hey, one stop in a driver. You know make me not live to see the rest of the day.
Driver, I know you want you drive for, you know. Take time, man.
You have to drive better, man. And not just for me life. You might take all our life too. So me I beg you take time, man.
And you know the right thing, you know, driver. See how much people dead on the road? Plus, remember, say police out there them new technology device for catch people who are drive fast. By the way, I hope you don't have no ticket, you know. Because remember, we have a new law. Why we not just do the right thing and make we live good?
You know, sir, true not talk me passengers. Me have a youth who me want to live to see him grow. Look here, no man, easy on yourself. Me can take corrections. As for the new traffic ticket business, me no want no police give me no more traffic ticket. Me I got do the right thing so we can all live good. Respect.
Jamaica live good, yeah. I make we enjoy life while we feel safe at night. Jamaica live good.
A message from the Ministry of National Security.
Time now for your morning sports. Jamaica's national senior men's football team will take on Honduras in the CONCACAF Nations League at the National Stadium this evening at 8. Reggae Boys forward Damari Gray believes they have the arsenal to get all 3 points.
It's nothing too complicated, it's just the basic things and being disciplined in our shape, and we have a lot of creative players in the team to make the difference up top. So, once you build a good core and foundation and the way the coach wants us to play and the style he wants to implement, it's you feel quite free when you're playing, and so far we've been successful, and it's going to be a difficult game, and we're a very confident group, and I think we can get the points as long as we do things properly.
Damari Gray. Now, the West Indies opened their tour of Sri Lanka with a 5-wicket win over the hosts in the first of 3 T20 internationals at the Rangiri Dambulla International Stadium on Sunday. Batting first, Sri Lanka made 179 for 7 off their 20 overs. Captain Sharith Asalanka made 59 and Kamindu Mendes 51. Romario Shepherd picked up 2 wickets for the Windies. Chasing 180 to win, the Caribbean men reached the target with 5 balls to spare. Brandon King led the batting with 63 and Evan Lewis made 50. Mathisha Patharana bagged 2 wickets for the hosts. Final scores, Sri Lanka 179 for 7, West Indies 180 for 5. Game 2 is set for the same venue on Thursday. Finally, in your morning sports, over 30 elite teams from across the island contested the annual JCF National SWAT Roundup at the National Police College of Jamaica on the weekend. Team Gringo walked away with the trophy after finishing first in 2 of the 3 categories and third in the other. JCF Alpha finished second, DCS Bravo third, DCS Alpha fourth, with Fraternity Wolves rounding out the top 5. Senior Superintendent of Police, SSP Christopher Phillips, served as the chief judge for the competition.
The competition aims to enhance tactical skills, foster teamwork and promote excellence in law enforcement. Throughout the competition, I've observed that participants are demonstrating exceptional marksmanship, that kind of precision and accuracy under pressure, the tactical proficiency, physical fitness, communication, problem solving, and generally teamwork.
SSP Phillips says the competition consisted of various challenges.
For stage 1, we have the blind event Echo T hostage rescue, and we have the Decardo Hilton officer rescue, the Rodney Henry scramble, and we also have the obstacle course. The National SWAT Roundup competition really serves as a platform to enhance operational readiness. It fosters camaraderie among the different units, and it also identifies top performers for specialized training opportunities. And of course, it promotes public trust and confidence in the JCF and our national security apparatus generally.
SSP Christopher Phillips wrapping up your morning sports.
Are you ready to turn your sales and marketing skills into high earnings? Nationwide 90 FM is searching for business development executives to build lasting client relationships. If you have experience across all stages of the sales cycle and possess strong communication, negotiation, and time management skills with a proven sales track record, this opportunity is perfect for you. Join our team and work with the top corporate brands, media agencies, and of course, our on-air personalities. Enjoy networking opportunities, professional growth, and competitive commissions. Ready to take the next step? Send your resume to hr@nationwidenewsnetwork.com today.
In business this morning, UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has promised to scrap a regulation that needlessly holds back investment in the UK as he opened a major business summit in London. Sir Keir told business leaders he wants to rip out bureaucracy and asked the UK's competition watchdog to prioritise growth. The boss of US pharmaceutical giant Eli Lilly, David Ricks, told the BBC changes to regulation would encourage his firm to increase investment in the UK. However, the government is facing a balancing act ahead of the budget in 2 weeks' time, having already signalled that some taxes will rise. On Sunday, Business Secretary Jonathan Reynolds did not rule out an increase in the rate of national insurance paid by employers. Labour pledged it in its manifesto not to raise national insurance. But Reynolds told Sky News that pledge, it was taxes on working people, so it was specifically in the manifesto a reference to employees and to income tax. Now, a man who had £165,000 stolen from his Revolut business account by fraudsters has told BBC Panorama he believes the company's security measures failed to prevent the theft. The man says criminals managed to bypass the ID verification process to gain access to his account. So far, Revolut has refused to refund this money. The BBC has found that Revolut was named in more reports of fraud in the last financial year than any of the major high street banks. The e-money firm, which has not yet been granted full status as a bank, said it takes fraud incredibly seriously and that it has robust controls to meet its legal and regulatory obligations. Finally now, in foreign exchange trading, the Jamaican dollar will open trading this morning, selling for an average $159.16 against the benchmark U.S. dollar. The Jamaican dollar will open trading today, selling for an average $116.54 against the Canadian. And finally, the Jamaican will open trading today, selling for an average $208.24 against the British pound. That's it for business this morning.
I don't have no time for whole heap of paperwork. That's why I downloaded and signed up for my One Jane Passport app. Get it all in one go. Download and sign up now. The temperature by the One Jane Passport app is
29 degrees Celsius in capital city Kingston and at 27 out west in Montego Bay.
Unique Living's new arrivals are here. Revamp your space with sleek, fixed and sliding show panels, shower systems and faucets, stylish vanities, basins and kitchen sinks, closet and storage solutions, hanging aids and more. Available in different finishes and sizes to match your style. Visit them today and transform your space at shop number 630 Dunrobin Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-755-3661 or visit their website at uniquelivingja.com to shop.
Get busy with a biz car, biz grow, biz boost. With a J&B Bank biz loan, you can't lose when you want to grow more your business too.
J&B Bank Small Business Loans.
Some loan for you.
Helping you succeed is our business. Tell us your business and let's help you start it, grow it, or boost it. Borrow as low as $10,000 and up to 100 million Jamaican dollars. Enjoy flexible payment terms and affordable rates. Apply now. WhatsApp 876-295-1298. J&B Bank. We'll help you find a way.
This October, Imperial Optical is celebrating their seniors. As a token of respect, Imperial Optical offers 20% off all frames for senior citizens all month long. Stay sharp, stay stylish, and save with advanced lenses for crystal clear vision, expert optometrists who care, and quality frames to fit your style. Visit them today and enjoy this exclusive offer.
I can see
Wake up, everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backward thinking, time for thinking ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. There's so much hatred, war and poverty. Wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. 'Cause they're the ones who's coming up and the world is in their hands. So when you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Na 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 na. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it now, just you and me. Wake up all the doctors, make the old people well. They're the ones who suffer and who catch all the hair. But they don't have so very long before their judgment day. So won't you make them happy before they pass away? Wake up all the builders, time to build a new land. I know we could do it if we all lend a hand. The only thing we have to do is put it in our minds. Surely things will work out, they do it every time. The world won't get no better if we just let it be. Na 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 na. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it now, just you and me. Yeah. Change it, yeah, change it, yeah, just you and me. Change it, yeah, change it. Can't do it alone, can't do it alone. Need some help, y'all, y'all. Can't do it alone, can't do it alone. Yeah, yeah. Wake up, everybody. Wake up, everybody. Need a little help, y'all. Yes, I do. Need a little help. Say it, boy. Need some help, y'all. Change the world. What it be?
Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Wake up, everybody. Good morning. It's Nationwide this morning. And of course, it is the big show. I don't know where you are, but I had a good weekend. So, of course, I'm smiling. I'm happy. It is indeed Monday morning. I'm Sondre Rodan.
Hey to you, Sondre.
Hi.
I'm Tona Thomas.
Wow. It's so good to be in studio and to hear Jermaine playing those hits. And, if you don't know that hit, you can find it in the movie Creed, as a matter of fact. So, just know I'm learning a bit. I'm learning a bit. A thing or two. Jermaine, I'm learning a thing or two.
The musical maestro is impressed, Sondre.
I'm trying. Good morning to those who are on here. Don't worry. George will be back soon. But good morning to you. And of course, we're having a lot of fun in studio. But Tana, it's over to you.
Over to me, indeed. And before I go into my what's on my mind, just to say hello to all of you as well. Hope you had a good weekend and ready for the week of work. Hello to all of you on YouTube or peeps out there in Radioland, joining us from the other platforms. That's our Nationwide app or on our website. Hello to you as well. Happy to have you this morning. Might not be making some people quite happy this morning where I'm heading, but it has been resonating, Sondre, so much so that, I need to speak on it. It's what's on my mind. So, Sondre, on the weekend, I went back to my hard drive looking way too many folders of pictures. I don't know if you're somebody who has a hard drive with way too many folders of pictures over the many years of your life.
It's my phone. My phone has them all, man. I need to get a hard drive.
So, yeah, I had to remove a lot from my phone, and I've now placed them on a hard drive. And it was just amazing, Sondre, how many times between high school and university that my hairstyle and the colors that I wore in my hair, how many times that changed. I went from how I now wear my hair most of the time to locks. I was just showing you the pictures and you were surprised. I had locks.
Yeah.
Then I went to a pixie cut. Then I went to a low afro. Then in university, I had blonde afro. Then I went to red highlights. Then I was back to blonde highlights. Then I had a mohawk. I was showing you that one as well, and you were shocked. And then eventually...
It was a bit startling.
Yeah, I had a mohawk at one point.
Oh.
And then there you are seeing delayed photos on our YouTube channel, Nationwide 90 FM Live. Then eventually, Sondre and listeners, I just say, okay, I'll just let it grow to what it is now. And I sometimes rocked cornrows too. Cornrows that seems to be controversial these days. And throughout my time in school with my hair journey, I've been a great student. My teachers and my peers can attest to that. I've been a student leader at all levels of the educational system. And I've been a hardworking volunteer. I've worked with the visually impaired. I've been a Rotaractor, so many different things throughout my educational journey. And I was just an all-around cool and good kid, a student that wasn't once called up for her hair. I also went to a high school, Sondre, that had teachers with varying hairstyles and at least one IT teacher, a male, with cornrows. He was a great teacher, too, whose hair was always neatly groomed. And I've begun like this. This is my run-up, because the matter of what is on my head and the rules around it and how it is policed has been on my mind, as I said, all weekend. Last Friday, I was the subject of some very unfortunate comments from folks in the YouTube space because I argued that the rule at GC Foster College that bars male students from having cornrows was outdated and should be changed. I won't say anything on those comments because those things are a reflection of them, not me. But I maintain the very same line of argument this morning. The rule is outdated, and I don't believe that it is grounded in any reasoning that is rational, fair, and justifiable. The female trainees are perhaps wearing, Sondre, the same cornrows that the male trainees are banned from wearing. And how can that make any sense? I believe that the rule is discriminatory and oppressive. In 2024, in a publicly funded tertiary institution in Jamaica, male teacher trainees will be barred from accessing education because they're wearing neatly groomed cornrows. What can go so? What can go so? It is time we wake up, think critically, and assess the Jamaica we now live in. Slavery has been over for nearly 2 centuries. So unshackle your thinking and see when something is doing more harm than good. We're asking young men who have chosen a path of good, that is becoming an educator, to give up their hair because that's the rule. How many more trainees or certified teachers out there feel discouraged or demotivated because of rules like this that are against them? I don't know, Sondre, if you remember the story of that trained teacher, Shane Green, about this time last year. Green, a certified teacher, was refused a job at his alma mater because he too had grown his hair, which he wears in a man bun or sometimes cornrows. And he said the situation was disheartening. A position similarly shared by others and those at GC Foster who are faced with an ultimatum, basically, if they want to be admitted to the institution. Disheartening it is to come here year after year after year to speak on a matter that affects real lives. Frustrating it is as well to address an issue That shouldn't even be an issue to my mind in Progressive Lady Jamaica. A Jamaican male teacher with groomed cornrows. Are that we pick? Seriously? Minister of Education, Favour Williams. To you, ma'am, this rule is keeping well-educated Jamaican young men outside of the classroom. Minister Williams, the oppressive rule is placing a burden on aspiring male educators to cut off their hair to access education. Minister, I already know you're progressive. You sport a blonde pixie cut in our parliament, and I love it. I like her hair. Why can't the young men of this country sport their cornrows in our classrooms? How does properly groomed cornrows affect teaching and learning? I keep asking that question. So, Minister, I'm placing the ball in your court to do something impactful about this. This because the cyclical nature of these issues shows that it cannot be left up to the administrators to unshackle themselves and make the difference. So you must, Minister Williams. That's what's on my mind.
See, I can kind of recall a little ways back, small trying to ball, always been black, and my hair I tried it all. I even went flat, had a Gumby curly top and all that crap. Now just trying to be appreciated. Nappy-headed brothers never had no ladies. Then I hit the barbershop real quick, had them give me a little twist, and they drove them crazy. But then I couldn't get no job, 'cause corporate wasn't hiring no dreadlocks. Then I thought about my dogs on the block, kinda understand why they chose to steal and rob. Was it the hair that got me this far? All these girls, these cribs, these cars. I hate to say it, but it seems so flawed. Success didn't come till I cut it all off.
Little girl with the press and curl. Age 8, I got a Jerry curl. 13 and I got a relaxer. I was a source of so much laughter. At 15 when it all broke off. 18 and I went on natural. February 2002, I went on and did what I had to do. Because it was time to change my life, to become the woman that I am inside. 97 dreadlocks all gone. I looked in the mirror for the first time and saw that I am not my hair. I am not this good. I am not your expectations, no.
Resolve your conflict peacefully with restorative justice. Call 876-906-4923. The time by the Ministry of Justice is
6:45.
Outperform, outlast. We top performance. Jackama. Reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electricians. Fancy electrodes, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-61114. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies including plugs, switches, panel boards and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer, and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
The 5% Club is now taking new members. Sounds exclusive? We don't want it to be. You see, it's made up of less than 5% of women who get screened for breast cancer in our country each year. At Sagicor, we've made it our mission to help to change the statistics. In fact, with 5,000 more women getting screened, we can officially become the 6% Club. And we won't stop there. So please get checked. Early detection saves lives. Go to bit.ly/5% Club JA.
Street Smart and the JUTC Morning Commute is brought to you by JUTC, your route to excellence.
Alrighty, when you hear those horns, you know what time it is. It's time for Street Smart. And of course, we have Ludlow McLean out there on our streets. And you know, a lot is happening this morning. So I'm going to throw it over to you, Ludlow. Morning, Ludlow. What's happening out there on our streets?
Morning, Sandra and Tana. Morning.
Hey, it's you, Ludlow.
Yes. It's it's a Monday morning, so you can expect lots of activities, and it's been so. It's slightly overcast in some areas. Looking towards the east, it's really looking overcast. So let's see what happens later. But the traffic flow, as usual, out of the Portmore, the greater Portmore area, heading towards Portmore via the Dyke Road and via Port Henderson Road, and going all these different areas. If you're going to Municipal Boulevard, it is also getting busy, quite active as you make your way towards the Mandela Highway. Mandela, as usual, flowing with traffic, but moving. That's the greatest thing on the eastbound side there. If you're going westbound, no problems at all. Coming on the boulevard, as usual, bumper traffic, Spanish Town Road, all these areas. What about going through Seaview Gardens, Chesterfield? That's not a bad area, but the road condition is not so perfect there, and that takes you back onto Marcus Garvey Drive. And going further along Spanish Town Road, you know you're going to have some bumper-to-bumper situation there, but the potholes are there to contend with. But let's see what happens during the coming months or weeks if those areas will be sorted out. But generally speaking, all areas are building at this point in time. So, by the time we get to our second report, you're going to find lots of traffic in many other areas. All right, our first report for the morning. Back to you, Sondre.
Thank you so much, Ludlow. And of course, when you hear that report, you know what to do, whether you are in the major cities, whether you're in Portmore, whether you're on your way to work, on your way to school, and bringing a kid, we ask that you stay smart, stay street smart. And that was Street Smart with Ludlow McLean.
Street Smart and the JUTC Morning Commute was brought to you by JUTC, your route to excellence.
Your word of the day, one I've never seen before. It's spelled P-E-M-M-I-C-A-N, spelled P-E-M-M-I-C-A-N.
Pemmican. Pemmican. Pemmican.
Pemmican is your word of the day. Pemmican. It's a noun, and it means dried meat pounded into a powder and mixed with fat and dried fruits. Pemmican. It's a noun, and it means dried meat pounded into a powder and mixed with fat and dried fruits. And let's see what dictionary.com is saying about the word pemmican. Pemmican was first recorded in or between 1735 and 1745. Between 1735 and 1745. And the sentence is provided this morning by dictionary.com for the word pemmican. Native American tribes traditionally made pemmican by mixing dried bison meat with fat and berries for long-lasting nourishment. Another for you. The recipe for pemmican has been passed down through generations, valued for its nutritional benefits. And I almost said if this was a baked goods from Jamaica. Saying that because right now we're showing on our YouTube channel, Nationwide 90 FM Live, what pemmican looks like. Doesn't it look like, Sandre, pudding on the screen?
Yeah, it looks like that.
It looks like a pudding. Yeah. Or like banana, close to looking like banana bread.
Yeah, but I don't want you to.
Or close to looking like fruit cake.
Closer to fruit cake.
Fruit cake,
yeah, closer
yes.
to fruit cake. Yeah.
But that apparently is what pemmican looks like, and the definition, what pemmican means, what it is. It's a noun, and it means dried meat pounded into a powder and mixed with fat and dried fruits. I should try to find out if pemmican is something you just eat like that, or is it a seasoning that they store like that and then you can use it at some point. Pemmican. Yeah, so if it's pounded into a coarse powder and mixed with an equal amount of melted fat and occasionally berries, cranberries, and even for special occasions, cherries, currants, and blueberries. Yeah. I'm not seeing yet. It's a calorie-rich food. It can be used as a key component in prepared meals or eaten. One moment. A calorie-rich food. It can be used as a key component in prepared meals or eaten raw. Oh. So the pemmican, once you've mixed up all of that stuff, yeah, Google is saying that you can just eat it like how it appears now on our screen here on Nationwide 90 FM live channel.
Some form of fruit cake, so.
Yeah, it does look like fruit cake.
But I did say some berries are involved at some point.
Yeah, cranberries and other sorts of berries are added to the mixture before it comes out like that. Yeah, so that's for you, pemmican. I'll do some more research to find out. Okay, and here it is before we go to the break. Dictionary.com is saying that it originally was made by some indigenous peoples of North America. So that's where it's originating from. Pemmican is your word of the day, spelled Pemmican. Up next, the features at the top of the hour, the news.
Living Well is brought to you by the New Walters Pharmacy, Black River, St. Elizabeth. Everything exceptional.
Today on Living Well, driving while under the influence of alcohol. I'm not sure what the data in Jamaica is when it comes to measuring whether a motorist has been impaired by alcohol while driving. As a matter of fact, I've rarely heard of blood alcohol content being measured by the police. What is for sure, though, is that we have a lot of people that drink enough alcohol to be impaired and then go out and drive. When we look at the high level of road fatalities recorded annually, one can only wonder how many are related to either being drunk while driving or being impaired. What happens to you when you have too much to drink? We will break it down. After a drink is swallowed, the alcohol is rapidly absorbed into the blood, 20% through the stomach and 80% through the small intestine, which effects are felt within 5 to 10 minutes after drinking. It usually peaks in the blood after 30 to 90 minutes and is carried through all the organs of the body. Most, 90% of the metabolism or breaking down of alcohol from a toxic substance to water and carbon dioxide is performed by the liver, with the rest excreted through the lungs, allowing alcohol breath test through the kidneys into the urine and in sweat. The liver can only break down a certain amount of alcohol per hour, which for an average person is around a standard drink. The blood alcohol concentration, or the BAC, rises, and the feeling of drunkenness occurs when alcohol is drunk faster than the liver can break it down. However, BAC does not correlate exactly with symptoms of drunkenness, and different people have different symptoms even after drinking the same amount of alcohol. So let's look at some immediate effects of alcohol. Being drunk causes blurred or double vision. What happens to your brain? After about an hour, most will notice that their judgment and concentration has been impaired, which can lead to drowsiness and in some situations, a comatose state. What happens to your liver? As alcohol is a diuretic, it causes water to be lost from the body via the kidneys, aka your urine. This can lead to dehydration. It can cause important minerals like magnesium and calcium to be lost through your urine or even vomit. Extremely low levels of some of these elements can cause irregular heartbeats and seizures. Seizures can happen to you when you're driving. The effects on the pancreas. If you have a particularly heavy drinking session, wherein you drink much more than the guideline for your sex, it can lead to low blood sugar, which can lead to shaking, dizziness, sweating, and if not treated properly, even brain damage. Women are more at risk when consuming alcohol. Women appear to be more vulnerable than men to many adverse consequences of alcohol use. Women achieve higher concentrations of alcohol in the blood and become more impaired than men after drinking equivalent amounts of alcohol. Alcohol is consumed at very high levels here in Jamaica, so it's certain there has to be a significant level of road fatalities that are attributed to drinking when drunk or severely impaired. As a backdrop, here are some numbers to think about. In the United States, there are 10,497 road fatalities caused by drunk drivers every year. Having a good time with friends does not mean that you need to drink a strong drink. All it takes is to be severely impaired just once, and you could lose your life or take someone else's. That's Living Well for today. Tune in next time for What Are Those Ingredients?
Living Well was brought to you by the New Walters Pharmacy, Black River, St. Elizabeth. Everything exceptional.
Fearless and fair. Nationwide 90 FM.
If you have a hectic schedule and barely get much sleep, I can imagine the bags under your eyes. Let's review a few things you can do. Hi, I'm Tana, and these are your lifestyle pages. Reduce your salt intake. Water will travel from the parts of your body that are low in sodium to the parts that have. The area around your eye is a prime example. That's why a dinner loaded with salt will result in a morning after puffiness. Sleeping on your side or stomach, gravity will cause fluid to collect under your eyes. Try to sleep on your back and add an extra pillow under your head. Ladies, remove your eye makeup before snoozing. It can make your eyes water and cause a case of morning after puffiness. Still swollen? Try chilling them with slices of cucumber or tea bags. I'm Tana. Catch you next time.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
From Negril Point to Morant Bay, a little kindness can go a far way. The time by the Jamaica Information Service is...
News time, 7 o'clock.
If you need to build it, plumb it, weld it, pave it, or power it, National Supply has it. Get the best brands for the job at Jamaica's Industrial Hardware Superstore, Kingston or Bay. The temperature by National Supply is
29 degrees Celsius in capital city Kingston. Out west in Montego Bay, 27 degrees Celsius.
The most credible news in the morning. The news at 7 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Coming up in the news at 7 for this morning, Monday, October 14, 2024. Murders in the St. Catherine North Police Division are down by 26%. Leadership training facility for senior court staff on the horizon. Cultural studies professor says grooming policy at GC Foster College is restrictive and authoritarian. And in international news, the U.S. says it's sending anti-missile system and troops to Israel. The details after the break.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
With the details, I'm Tona Thomas. Head of the St. Catherine North Police Division, Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, is attributing the decline in major crimes in the division to the targeting of violence producers. During a Lay Magistrates Association awareness session held at Dintil Technical High School, Superintendent Nicholson announced that year-to-date, murders are down by 26%, rapes are down by 26%, and robberies are down by 56%. In an interview with our news center, the superintendent said violence producers outside of the division were also targeted.
We have been pursuing the persons we believe are the, what we call them, violence producers. We have been pursuing the persons of interest. We have been pursuing wanted men. Wherever our intelligence takes us, that's where we go. And in some instances, our intelligence takes us out of our jurisdiction. So we are trying to go after the persons who we believe are involved, and while doing so, we infuse our public order operation that is trying as best as practicable to deny persons from committing crimes in public spaces and public thoroughfare.
The St. Catherine North Division covers several hotspots, including sections of Spanish Town and Linstead. Superintendent Nicholson says a part of the strategy is denying criminals the profits from their criminal activities.
It's not just to arrest. We are going with the anti-gang legislation. We are going with the poker legislation. So we are using all the available legislation to ensure that the profit of crime, they don't benefit from the profit of crime as well. So that's one of the strategies.
Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, head of the St. Catherine North Police Division. Meanwhile, the division is grappling with incidents of break-ins. Superintendent Nicholson says unscrupulous persons have been targeting certain communities and gaining entry to homes because of a lack of proper security features. In an interview with our news center, Superintendent Nicholson advised the residents to invest in cameras as part of improving security.
We have put in some initiatives and we have held on to some of the persons. So at the moment, the rate of break-ins have been reduced. So we have held 2 persons and we are pursuing at least 2 others that we hope to apprehend in short order. We realize that persons are trying to monitor how persons go in and out of their homes, especially in well-populated areas. And we have found we are engaging the citizens and we have encouraged them to make themselves a harder target. And by installing cameras and putting other infrastructure that will help to negate the break-in.
Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, head of the St. Catherine North Police Division. Police in Manchester on Sunday fatally shot a man said to be mentally ill. The man, whose identity has not yet been revealed, was reportedly throwing stones at the lawman. The incident happened at Kingsland around 1 p.m. Reports are that the man had attacked a senior citizen along the Kingsland Main Road. The senior citizen reportedly ran to a nearby gas station for assistance. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, the man reportedly began hurling stones at them. The police reportedly fired warning shots in an apparent attempt to de-escalate the confrontation. However, the man kept stoning the police, injuring 3 of the lawmen. The police fired at him. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The senior citizen and 3 policemen were treated at hospital. The Independent Commission of Investigations, Indicom, is probing the incident. Now, Chief Justice Brian Sykes says a leadership and management training facility is to be formally established in 2025. This will facilitate training for the leadership core of the courts, which includes lawyers and judges. He was speaking at the annual assize service to mark the Michaelmas term of the Home Circuit Court on Sunday.
One of the things that we are going to be formalizing this year is, and this is the title for the time being, it may change, it is the Caribbean College of Judicial Leadership Excellence. And this is to be established in 2025 to train the leadership core of the courts. Lawyers, unless they come from another discipline, generally speaking, do not receive any training in leadership or management.
Justice Sykes says leadership training will redound to the benefit of the justice system.
We graduate from the law school, we start to work, and then we become proficient at what we do, and then at some point, somebody gets the bright idea that because you're proficient, you're going to be transformed or can be transformed into an effective leader. And so leadership is a skill that lawyers don't learn. And so we are going to be engaging in the deliberate process of ensuring that the leadership core of the courts, that is judges, court administrators, registrars, and so on, are properly trained to carry out their functions.
Chief Justice Brian Sykes. Meanwhile, Chief Justice Sykes says there has been an inconsistency in the delivery of services in the courts.
We have had a problem, and this is the consistency in the delivery of services. And lawyers here have been complaining, particularly in the parish courts, You go to Portland to carry out process A, you get one response. You go to the adjoining parish in St. Mary to carry out the same process, you get a different response. You go over to Trelawney, you get a different response for trying to engage the courts for the same service.
He says they're working on making 4 of the courts in Jamaica ISO certified.
We are on the path now to having 4 of our courts ISO certified. That is the Court of Appeal, the High Court Division of the Gun Court, the Hanover Parish Court, and the St. Thomas Parish Court. And what that means is that our processes will be documented and known, yes? So it reduces idiosyncratic behavior. I want it done this way. Why? Because I say so. It's time that comes to an end in our courts.
Chief Justice Brian Sykes, he made the announcement at the annual assize service to mark the Michaelmas term of the Home Circuit Court on Sunday. Prime Minister and JLP leader Andrew Holness says disaffection among workers and supporters contributed to the party's less than stellar performance during the local government elections in February. Addressing a massed gathering of JLP supporters at the Area 2 conference on Sunday, Mr. Holness says he's given a directive to the party leadership to mend offences with the base in their constituencies.
The base of the party, the workers of the party, some of them did not feel as appreciated, as recognized, and as rewarded as they should be. They feel that their government is in power, and whilst they are not looking for state resources to be channeled to them, and as leader of the party, I've been very clear that we cannot use state resources, and we will not use state resources in those ways. But nevertheless, there is the expectation that the party itself as an organization must reach out to its base, its co-workers, and show them care, and on top of that, respect.
The local government election saw the JLP losing several council seats to the opposition PNP. The Prime Minister says the party's leadership analysed the findings of an election review at a recent retreat. From that retreat, Mr. Holness says he called on the party's top brass to go on a charm offensive over the coming months leading to the next general elections.
So we got a clear message from you in February. And like any intelligent organization, we have recalibrated. And a few months ago, even up to a few weeks ago, we called a retreat of all our MPs, all our constituency leadership, and we declared to them a course of action that they must take, which involves a reaching out to all our workers, mending fences with all our workers and supporters, no matter if you think you're right, or if the other person wrong, or if there was disrespect or disregard. It don't matter. What matter is that the Jamaica Labour Party continues to bring good policies and government to the people of the country, and your little petty arguments should not stop that.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness, he was speaking at the JLP Area 2 constituency conference at the Portmore Heart Academy. Meanwhile, Mr. Holness called on his supporters to commit themselves to protecting freedom of the press. The Prime Minister says the JLP must at all times defend this important element of Jamaica's democracy.
Now, I want you to follow my words here very carefully. Jamaica is a free country, and we believe in freedom of the press. And we must do everything in our power to protect the freedom of the press. I want you to understand that this government is very clear in everything that it does, that an important element of our democracy for which we are respected internationally is that we have a very free press.
Both the JLP and the PNP came under fire from the Press Association of Jamaica, PAJ, last week for utterances attempting to link journalists and media houses to certain political parties. Mr. Holness urged his supporters to counteract messages they deem negative in the media with their own positive news rather than attacking the source of the information.
In the landscape of a free press, And in particular in the age of social media, some of us may feel uncomfortable when the dominant media houses portray our position in ways that we don't like. But let me be clear with you that we have seen the media landscape in Jamaica change dramatically and radically. And what the Jamaica Labour Party must do as we enter into the battle for your minds is ensure that we put the information out there in the traditional media, but in all forms of media, to ensure that the people of Jamaica have the balanced and accurate view of what is happening in their country.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Professor of Cultural Studies at the University of the West Indies, Donna Hope, is describing the grooming policy at G.C. Foster College of Physical Education and Sport as restrictive and authoritarian. Her comments come after recent complaints from male students at the teacher training institution that they were forced to cut their hair or be barred from school. Principal Maurice Wilson has defended the policy, which bans long hair, cornrows, and plaits in male students. He says the policy complies with the teacher training regulations, but Professor Hope is questioning whether such a code exists.
I thought it was odd that one, they are targeting only men because women are able to style their hair using all kinds of stuff. They put things in it to lengthen it, all kinds of odd things, wigs and glued on things. And the young men in particular, I found it a bit odd because I've never heard of that policy at the tertiary level for teachers. Never heard of it before. And G.C. Foster trains people, especially in physical education and those areas. So I found it very odd and it sounds very authoritarian and restrictive. So I want to know that it's a question I have because I haven't found any documentation to support it. Is there a particular special code of ethics?
Professor Hope says some administrators may be passing off their personal preferences as rules.
Sounds to me like what has been happening a lot of educational institutions, that administrators at high levels are using their personal preferences and putting them in place as rules and regulations for institutions that govern the lives of a whole mass of people. That's how it sounds to me. And I have people who went to G.C. Foster back in the day, and I never heard any of that going on there. So it must be something as well. It's like the only period of freedom that these young people have before they go off into the professional world.
Donna Hope, Professor of Cultural Studies at the University of the West Indies. In international news now, the United States said on Sunday it will send U.S. troops to Israel along with an advanced U.S. anti-missile system. U.S. President Joe Biden said the move was meant to defend Israel, which is weighing an expected retaliation against Iran after Tehran fired more than 180 missiles at Israel on October 1. Pentagon spokesperson Major General Patrick Ryder described the deployment as part of the broader adjustments the U.S. military has made in recent months to support Israel and defend U.S. personnel from attacks by Iran and Iranian-backed groups. Officials say the U.S. has been privately urging Israel to calibrate its response to avoid triggering a broader war in the Middle East, with Biden publicly voicing his opposition to an Israeli attack on Iran's nuclear sites. And that's it for the news at 7. I'm Tawna Thomas.
Sign up for the JN Money Card. It's safe, convenient, and free. The time by JN Money is
7:16.
So where you get?
The new Popeyes blackened chicken sandwich, my girl. The flavor just hits different.
Blackened like it burn up?
Nah, man. Blackened because of the color of the Louisiana herbs and spices. Blackened like the flavor buck. No breading and the seasoning soaked deep in the chicken. But get yours and try it, cause me nah share yours. Get the new Popeyes blackened chicken sandwich. Limited time only.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
This is a public service announcement from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. The Ministry of Health and Wellness wishes to advise awardees of the Dr. Barrington Waint Memorial Scholarship Program that the deadline to complete their bonding agreement has been extended to Friday, October 18, 2024. Awardees who face challenges with meeting the requirements of their bonding agreement are encouraged to call the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service at 876-922-8600 or visit the office at 30 National Heroes Circle, Kingston 4. They can also send an email to collet.mcausland@mof.gov.jm. That was a public service announcement from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Are you ready to turn your sales and marketing skills into high earnings? Nationwide 90 FM is searching for business development executives to build lasting client relationships. If you have experience across all stages of the sales cycle and possess strong communication, negotiation, and time management skills with a proven sales track record, this opportunity is perfect for you. Join our team and work with the top corporate brands, media agencies, and of course, our on-air personalities. Enjoy networking opportunities, professional growth, and competitive commissions. Ready to take the next step? Send your resume to hr@nationwidenewsnetwork.com today. Street Smart and the JUTC Morning Commute is brought to you by JUTC, your route to excellence.
That time of the morning when we get our second report of Street Smart with Ludlow McLean. Hey to you, Ludlow.
Yes, Tona again. Morning time again to you, the listeners or visitors. Good morning, all our commuters. Yes, always everyone tuned in at the moment. It's still slightly overcast. I'm not seeing the sun, but let's see what happens later. I did observe that. I should tell you, every Monday you won't escape the traffic. It seems as if on a Monday the traffic is really out because all of the areas I mentioned earlier on. And now Constance Spring Road, Red Hills Road, Manningville Road, all these areas heading southbound. Those of you heading into Arthur Tree from Constance Spring, it's really busy. Those of you coming along Olivia Road off in the Manor Park here, Olivia Road, Charlton Road, and you're going across to Arcata Drive onto Barbican Road. There's a lot of traffic there to get back onto Barbican Road, yes, in the Arcata Drive area. There's also Ross Lights. You're in the Ross Lights area. You're trying to get onto Barbican Road, it's traffic. The same thing if you're coming through Spencer James Drive, along Bertucker Lane, coming back onto Barbican Road, you will experience traffic, and the traffic is going to take you around to Barbican Square, then going further towards East King's House Road. Now, if you're going across to Lady Musgrave Road, it's also traffic. When you look across Hope Road, heading towards Ireland Road, that's traffic, and traffic all the way into Harper Tree Square. It means that for Monday morning at this time, you won't escape it. The intersections are really busy. And you know what happens? Some vehicles are making it on the outside, trying to get ahead. So these are the things that happen. When the police are there, it's not done. But once they're not there, you're going to have these out and bad type of driving. It's a Monday morning. Remember, after this report, there'll be traffic in many other areas, but we urge you to be cautious. And as usual, at Street Smart, your safety is our concern. Honor.
Thank you so much, Ludlow, for that second report of Street Smart with Ludlow McLean. Up next on the front page, the Prime Minister addressing a massed gathering of JLP supporters at the Southeast St. Catherine Constituency Conference in Portmore. We'll hear more in details what he had to say.
Street Smart and the JUTC Morning Commute was brought to you by JUTC, your route to excellence.
Front Page is brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business. For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies including plugs, switches, panel boards and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. You're now tuned in to the front page. Now, Prime Minister Andrew Holness says he is the most scrutinized leader in the country's history. The Prime Minister was addressing a massed gathering of GLP supporters at the Southeast St. Catherine Constituency Conference in Portmore on Sunday.
PNPism. And so I decided to put myself to the people. And I have never backed away from the scrutiny of the people. I am the most scrutinized leader of this country ever. And I am not done yet. I have many more ideas to come. I don't come to you with dreams. I come to you with a vision. Other people come to you with dreams. That means they are sleeping, their eyes are closed. I come to you with vision. My eyes are open, and you can see the vision materializing before your very eyes. So I want my nervous laborites to appreciate that you are part of an intelligent party, and we do our empirical checks. We go and we do our studies, and we don't use that to try and influence perception. I don't generally speak on this, but I found it very interesting that someone from the belly of that other organization, well, maybe not from the belly, but associated with them, was able to speak on how that organization used polls to shape public opinion so that the weak-minded, the person who genuinely don't know, and those who are inclined to believe that nonsense, believe it. Because of how they use polls. Don't mind you, it's not me say so. Go on YouTube and see the explanation as to how they use polls to manipulate people's views and perspective to get their own way. We do not do that.
A wide-ranging presentation, the Prime Minister, Mr. Holness, called on his supporters to commit themselves to protecting freedom of the press. The Prime Minister says the JLP must at all times defend this important element of Jamaica's democracy.
In a free press, if somebody says something that you don't like, develop the capacity to say what you like and what you want to hear and get it popularized and fed to the people. That is where it is at. In the landscape of a free press, and in particular in the age of social media, some of us may feel uncomfortable when the dominant media houses portray our position in ways that we don't like. But let me be clear with you that we have seen the media landscape in Jamaica change dramatically and radically. And what the Jamaica Labour Party must do as we enter into the battle for your minds is ensure that we put the information out there in the traditional media, but in all forms of media, to ensure that the people of Jamaica have the balanced and accurate view of what is happening in their country. And we must not be slouchy about it. And we have been working internally to ensure that the good work that we do is not kept under a bushel. Many months ago, I gave an instruction to the communication team of the party that we must not engage in anti-social media. And if you look at the Jamaica Labour Party social media and our traditional media output, there is nothing antisocial about it. We don't go and spread lies on people. We don't assassinate people's reputation. You know why I take that position? Because the people who are prone to follow lies and rumors and falsehoods are weak-minded people, lazy-minded people who won't go and read the truth and research. And because we respect our people, and we know that there are some of them who will be misled, we don't want to mislead you. So our media policy is always to be upfront, accurate, and truthful with our information. Now that places us at a disadvantage because nastiness sells, but truth don't sell like nastiness. You know, I could go on and give you examples of the nastiness that PNP associated people do and put up every day, and how weak-minded people who don't read believe. But I'm not going to contribute to that.
Not at all.
Because as a man of faith,
That's right.
I know that two wrongs don't make a right.
That's right.
That's Prime Minister Andrew Holness and JLP leader. He was addressing a massed gathering of JLP supporters at the Southeast St. Catherine Constituency Conference in Portmore on Sunday. We're going to have more for you. Going to take a break and come back with that.
Give up every illegal gun. Call the police at 119 or Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Ministry of National Security is
7:30.
Does your bra ride up your back? Do your shoulders hurt from carrying the weight of your breasts? These are signs of an ill-fitting bra. When was the last time you were fitted by a bra fit specialist? The bra experts at LaBelle Femme will take care of you. Drop into the store at 53 Lady Musgrave Road, Tuesdays to Saturdays from 10 to 5, and you will see the difference. Or call 876-622-6091.
Shop and win a mega kitchen from Megamart. Spend $6,000 or more before GCT at any Megamart location and fill out the entry form provided for a chance to win a brand new stove, fridge, and microwave this Christmas from Appliance Traders Limited. Visit us on social media to win monthly prizes courtesy of Lasco, Grace Foods, and Facey Commodity Company Limited. Promotion runs from September 30 to December 6th. Shop now to win a mega kitchen from Megamart. The best value by far. Conditions apply. Must be 18 years or older to enter. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. We're carrying for you excerpts from that Southeast St. Catherine Constituency Conference held yesterday in Portmore, where the Prime Minister was the keynote speaker. Sandre, just before we go on to what we have next for our listeners, here's what is bothering me about all that is being said by our leaders on the matter of press freedom. I don't get that everybody is, singing from the same hymn sheet on the matter. Let's put it that way. On both sides. So, for example, yesterday, the Prime Minister spoke at this conference and, of course, said that his party was committed to, and he himself, were committed to protecting freedom of the press. But then earlier at the same conference, you had another member of the party who, doubled down on hitting out at the press and calling names of particular media houses. The same for the opposition PNP as well, where months have gone on, where you've seen reports and heard clips of particular members of the PNP hitting out at the press, saying certain media entities are JLP aligned. For example, Nationwide here as well was called or described as an incubator for GLP workers or something like that. Then you had, after that, I believe it was last week, another member of the opposition, PNP, coming out to indicate that, the opposition supports the media, doesn't want anything bad to happen to practitioners in the industry and all of that. And I'm saying I just don't get where everybody is aligning on this matter and where their position lies, because you have one person saying this and then the other person coming not long after to say another thing.
It comes back to this idea of how we play politics in this country, because it is a game. And when we analyze and we look at it from a bird's eye view, you realize that these statements that are normally made about the media and them being aligned to a particular political party, you realize that the leaders of the parties are normally absent when those statements are made. And then, the leader swoops in to tell you about press freedom, etc. Hypocritical. If it is the case wherein they do believe, and they do believe it, based on what's being said by particular persons in both political organizations, that the media is skewing things in a particular way. And to be honest, when you read some of the stories, you really wonder, because a lot of times, because I read stories and a lot of times I'm fooled by headlines. And that is a fact. You see a headline and you go in and you're saying, oh, this is what's happening. But when you read the story, you realize that the media, especially in and it's not limited to Jamaica, it goes across the world. You realize that the headlines are so sensationalized. So it's skewed towards, okay, this is what it looks like it's saying, but when you read it, you're like, oh, but this is what it's saying. And that makes that idea of the media influencing minds a very powerful idea. But the fact that the Prime Minister, right, who was not going there in his position as Prime Minister, but as leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, you have to realize the difference. He went in to say, listen, we're for press freedom. If you had a member of parliament, a senior Jamaica Labour Party member in Everald Warmington, going on the stage to say, listen, we're going to defend the Prime Minister or the leader of the party. He didn't just leave it at Prime Minister. He went on to say leader of the party. I wish we had those clips here. And if that was his statement, and then for the Prime Minister to come on and speak about press freedom, it is contradictory, because you now question, and same thing in the past, we've heard members of the PNP, members who are seasoned People's National Party members, come out, hit out at particular media entities, not just Nationwide, other media entities as well. And then, the leadership of the PNP comes out and says, no, we're for the media. This goes all the way back to local government. Local government was in February. I remember when Dayton came on this program, Nationwide's program, with Cliff, and Cliff was saying, are you going to start running ads with us again? I remember that statement clearly, and I was like, what? I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that that's where our politics has gotten, and it's bad. But then the question still remains, where are we with press freedom? Do they really think the media houses are aligned? Or are we in that state where we've seen improved press freedom numbers? Are we still in that improved press freedom state? Or because of politics, we are now ensuring that we have conversations about whether or not media houses are aligned?
Yeah. And I also want to say, because I've heard it time and time again as well, Sondre, that, the media or practitioners believe that they are above criticism and all of that. Absolutely not. And any practitioner that holds that view, I I want to part ways with them, because we are not above criticism. But I believe if you're going to come to the fore, right, and say particular things about media houses, to say whether your argument is that they're aligned or whatnot, you have to come with things that indicates why you believe that is the case. But you can't just be hammering home at a media entity, one side indicating there is freedom of the press, somebody else in the same side indicating that no, there are certain things that the media is doing. Where is everybody singing from the hymn sheet? Do you really believe in press freedom and all of that? And if it is that you're going to come and hit out against the press in a particular way, come and show people why it is that you're indicating, what you're indicating, and allow people to make up their minds that particular way.
Yeah, and I'm seeing in the chat where a number of persons are saying to me that leader of the opposition himself hit out at Nationwide. I don't have the exact clips of that. So
yeah, I believe that was at the party's most recent conference, where he said certain media entities are GLP aligned.
If that's the case, if that's where we're going, and then we saw what happened, the gruesome, I would say, video recently that had pictures of individuals from a particular media entity, as it were, and we see where it's going, and if that's where it's going, I say, boy, I don't know if I necessarily look forward to this political season, because it's I heard George do a What's on My Mind, I think a week or two ago, and he spoke to the fact that it's the same playbook, it's the same political strategy that they've been using from time immemorial, and that's where it's gone, because now it's 2 terms in, and the Jamaica Labour Party is looking to get its 3rd term. The People's National Party is geared up and ready to get back in after 2 terms, because we know, based on the politics, that 2 terms, normally Jamaican people say, yeah, enough is enough. And, when we look at that, we realize that it's going to be a fight between both parties to literally get 32 seats to go into parliament. And that comes with this new, not new, but new now, because over the last couple of years, we've not really seen much of that as it relates to attack on the media from political platforms. But based on how hungry, the opposition would be for power, and how hungry the ruling or governing Jamaica Labour Party would want to stay in power, if they're hungry enough to fight to stay, then you'd see where this will only get escalated in the coming months.
At the conference as well, the Prime Minister also said that the Factories Corporation of Jamaica, FCJ, will be spearheading a technology park project in Portmore St. Catherine. He says after the massive investments in the technological park and road infrastructure, Portmore will become a little Miami.
And it's going to move very rapidly. And the Factories Corporation has planned a massive tech park for Nago's Head. So when you put the whole thing together, new roads to manage the traffic, 15,000 new houses for people to live, only for young people who just graduate, go and get them the house there. Plus the tech park, a massive tech park with the people that we train to do the IT. Yes, Portmore going to become Little Miami when we're done. So we're not just talking. These are things that are happening as we go. They are moving along. But the one that I love the most, because it just shows the difference between them and we. Them have a bad tune, It said they are not like us. It's a nice little hip-hop song. But anyway, hold on. Because the truth is, they are not like us. They promised that they would build a park in Portmore. They went there member of parliament called me almost every day about it. But we had it going through the process. And your park is now being built. It's not just a park, but it is going to be the best park in the Caribbean. And it will have facilities there to serve the community. They are not like us. So, I tell you, you have to be here to feel the energy in this room. You have to be here. Portmore is special to me. And we're going to do right by Portmore. We will make Portmore a parish, and we will fulfill all the commitments of roads, of the waterworks, not just for potable water, but for your sewage. Because we're going to work very hard to ensure that the Spark program starts before the year is out. I don't know if you heard, but we started out at 40 billion for the Spark program. But I came here a few months ago, and the residents said to me, there are plans that are not working, means that are broken, and we went back and we said, if we're going to do the Spark program, it can't just be road. We have to do water and sewage. So we have added $5 billion to the $40 billion. So it is water, road, and sewage. So all the complaints that I know are still here in Portmore, they will be addressed. Little by little, we are addressing the pain points. Minister Vaz told you about the increase in the number of buses. Perennial complaint. We're going to bring in another 100 buses early next year. The bulk of it is going to be in Portmore. More garbage trucks coming, and a whole heap of them going to be here in Portmore. So, a lot of things happening for the people of Portmore. You deserve to be a parish. You deserve your prosperity. You deserve your development. And by God and the support of you, the people, we will fulfill your dreams and aspirations.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness, he was speaking in Portmore St. Catherine yesterday, speaking to JLP supporters at the Southeast St. Catherine Constituency Conference. Going to take a break and come back with more.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
7:46.
At Hawkeye, our mission is to deliver cutting-edge security solutions to help you keep track of the things you value most.
The temperature by Hawkeye is
29 degrees Celsius in Kingston and 27 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay.
Halfway through Balmoral, Slipe Road, Papine. Halfway through Balmoral, Slipe Road, Papine.
You alright?
Yeah, just trying to map out all the National Bakery wholesale locations. So anywhere me there in Kingston, we can pull up on a National Wholesale and get me bread and snacks cheaper than anywhere else.
But Bird Boss, you forget one. The newest one at that, with whole heap of parking. 3 miles, 207 Hagley Park Road.
Wow, another one?
National Wholesales, where every deal's a steal. It's always national.
For all your electrical needs, visit ABC Electrical Sales. They stock a wide variety of electrical supplies, including plugs, switches, panel boards, and conduits, plus energy-saving fixtures. ABC Electrical Sales stocks brands like GE, Siemens, Philips, Cutler Hammer, and Allen Bradley. They also offer free island-wide delivery just to suit your needs. Visit them at Shop 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10, or call 876-754-3714-5 or 876-754-3825-8. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
you can have it all. Company events, birthday parties, or the wedding of your dreams. It's all possible at Grand Palladium Hotels and Resorts. We have magnificent event rooms and a dedicated team that will make your event the best experience that only Grand Palladium Hotels and Resorts can offer. Contact us at 876-619-0000 or call your favorite travel agency and ask about our promotion designed especially for you.
When Sagicor Bank thinks of a woman, here's what we see. We see business leaders managing sole trader businesses to large corporations. We see university graduates as our women uplift themselves academically. We see more home owners, ambitious women working hard to build their own legacy. We see leadership at home, with women proudly providing for and taking care of their families. We see entrepreneurs, Jamaican women playing a leading role in our economic growth. At Sagicor Bank, we see the invaluable contribution of women in the home, communities, businesses, and development of our country. That's why we're in their corner, supporting Jamaica's women as they strive to achieve their dreams.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning, continuing to play excerpts from that conference that was held in St. Catherine yesterday. Now, the Prime Minister and JLP leader spoke to his supporters about disaffection among JLP workers and the supporters. He's saying that this contributed to the party's less than stellar performance during the local government elections in February.
Months ago, we had an event. And I know many of you left that event with mixed feelings, concerned about the future. And like any political organization, whenever you participate in an election, whether you win, lose, or draw, you have to review. You have to do an exit report. You have to check on how the organization performed. And I commissioned such a review of the Jamaica Labour Party. Some of you would know that your constituency was selected for the review. Some of you inside here, you were interviewed, and your views were recorded and brought to me so that I could understand what my workers, what my supporters, what my activists are thinking. Whilst I cannot say everything here, but one of the things that came out is that the base of the party, the workers of the party, some of them did not feel as appreciated, as recognized, and as rewarded as they should be. They feel that their government is in power, and whilst they are not looking for state resources to be channeled to them, and as leader of the party, I've been very clear that we cannot use state resources, and we will not use state resources in those ways. But nevertheless, there is the expectation that the party itself as an organization must reach out to its base, its co-workers, and show them care, and on top of that, respect. So we got a clear message from you in February, and like any intelligent organization, we have recalibrated. And a few months ago, even up to a few weeks ago, we called a retreat of all our MPs, all our constituency leadership, and we declared to them a course of action that they must take, which involves a reaching out to all our workers, mending fences with all our workers and supporters, no matter if you think you're right or if the other person wrong or if there was disrespect or disregard. It don't matter. What matter is that the Jamaica Labour Party continues to bring good policies and government to the people of the country, and your little petty arguments should not stop that. So we have given a directive to the leadership of the constituencies. Pay attention to your workers. Pay attention to your supporters. Hear what they have to say. Go out and take the cussing about the water and the road. Don't hide from the people. Because as I keep telling
Yeah, so it's been February, so March, April, May, June, July, August, September.
And we're now mid-October.
Mid-October.
And this is the messaging from the Prime Minister. What say you, Donna?
Yeah, well, I like that they're doing their own introspection. It is something that was indicated just after the local government elections, that the review would be done. They would dissect where they have gone wrong and all of that. Primarily out of that dissecting was that the base is not very well energized. People did not come out in the local polls. That is something that they need to go back to the drawing board and do. Yeah, so.
But Tana, you said it perfectly. You did the count. It's 8 months.
Mm-hmm.
Introspection and communicating to one's base should not really take you 8 months. Because one thing I'm certain of is that the People's National Party, they've been keeping conferences probably every week. I was driving in from Portland yesterday and I saw individuals up in the hills, in their, not in Portland, but in St. Mary, in their orange shirts out there on the road, on the hustings, campaigning in this time period. Why? Because they're aware that the Constitution has it, that elections are upon us. And even if it's 1 year for them to campaign to regain state power, they will take that 1 year and they'll do all they can because they know it comes back to the people. I think that review, whatever review process the Jamaica Labour Party and their leadership went through, however long or short it took, it shouldn't take 8 months for this to be the messaging. Better yet, what are they doing for their base to have them motivated? Because it's one thing to say it from a political platform in a German, but it's another thing for people to feel appreciated in any organization, whether it's a company, whether it's a political party. It's one thing for you to say, feel appreciated, get over what was wrong, but it's another thing for people to actually feel it. And politics, I've always said to people, politics is about people. It's not about how you feel, it's not about how good you sound on a political platform, but it's really about the people, because at the end of the day, they could say all they want. If those votes don't come out on election day, whenever election day is, then it would have meant nothing.
Yeah, I see some persons in the YouTube chat agreeing with us as well. Angela Cole saying, Tana, too late. Neron Simpson says they are moving too slow. And Mildred Hamilton is saying some MPs are lazy and don't connect with the people. Then she says, good evaluation by the Prime Minister. But then after you've made the evaluation, what next?
What next? You know, that's what I'm saying. So
you've dissected the issue. You know what the issue is.
Then what? But people are coming for me in the chat and saying, I want the Prime Minister to tell me what they did. No, I'm saying that at the end of the day, there's a level of energy that people should feel on the ground. Politics is about people. We can always say all we want, but when you go up on a political platform to just speak about it, that's one thing. No, they don't need to come and tell us what's happening behind the scenes. I'm not asking for that. Not my business, really. But the point is, the people need to feel it. All I'm saying is they can say all they want, but unless the people feel it, as I'm thinking, though the people in the opposition are feeling it because they did come out in February, obviously something went wrong between 2020 September and February 2024. Now, if that isn't rectified in a meaningful way, which is what I'm saying, then the result would be the same. So all I'm saying is, the Prime Minister can say it. The leader of the Jamaica Labour Party can say it. Can say they've reviewed. We hear it. But the question I'm putting to the leadership is, are the people on the ground, the immediate people, the ones who vote, are they feeling what you are saying? Are they ready to look past what they stayed home for in February 2024? That's the question I'm asking.
Yeah, and there is an imagery, there is a view you can see based on observation that there is this hunger that you're getting from the opposition PNP and its supporters, right? Are you seeing the same thing on the side of the JLP? And how much effort will the JLP start to put in from now to ensure that that same level of hunger is being matched on their side by their supporters, by their base, hungry enough to ensure that they come out and match the same type of, or you get the same type of voting potential from JLP supporters as you are seeing now from those on the opposition
and
side.
It's in the polls. You can come for me
Yeah,
in the
it's in the
chat
polls.
all you want, but it's in the polls. Polls are numbers. That's what I do, research and data. And polls are the numbers based on a snapshot of society at particular points in time. And
I'll say as well, Sandre, that one of the tactics or strategies that was used in the local government elections was to have the Prime Minister out, in the last 2 weeks before the local government elections.
Right, day in, day out.
Day in, day out, all across the country, campaigning. And then the rest of them, a lot of them, what were they doing? Yeah, what were they doing to ensure that the same sort of energizing that the Prime Minister was doing, it was being matched by all of the other councillors and members of Parliament and other workers of that party? What were the rest of them doing? Was there a strong enough team effort, or was it that the Prime Minister had everything on his shoulder? And that is the same strategy heading into the general elections. So put the Prime Minister out there, and then everybody else is just hoping that putting the Prime Minister out there works. I don't know, but that's for them to decide.
The PM was studying, and that somebody has said it can't peak too early. But listen, we're not troubling you. We want you to comment on this. We want you to comment in the chat because the question is still put forward, and we want to hear your comments. You can disagree with me, but those are my comments on it. And we're going for a break. We'll be right back with you.
Front Page was brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales. For a better choice in the electrical business.
Let Scotia Investments guide you towards a winning portfolio that will grow your wealth for generations to come. Call 888-429-5745 to learn more. The time by Scotia Investments is
8:01.
Success, powered by learning. The temperature, brought to you by Sandals Corporate University. Come grow with us, is
29 degrees Celsius in Kingston and 27 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay.
From the mountainside to seaside, countryside to townside, inside and outside, it's across Jamaica this morning.
In Across Jamaica this Monday morning, the National Library of Jamaica, NLJ, says it will be inviting film and music industry stakeholders to submit their original works for legal deposit. Legal deposit is a legitimate requirement that ensures a comprehensive national collection of published materials. It mandates that publishers submit copies of all categories of publications produced in any format within Jamaica. These include books, DVDs, film, and digital copies. Addressing the NLJ's annual legal deposit observance last Friday, National Librarian Beverly Lashley said by depositing these works, persons within the creative industries help to preserve Jamaica's evolving story. The National Collection serves as a record of the country's published heritage and development. Permanent Secretary in the Culture Ministry, Dean Roy Bernard, says the deposit is not just a legal obligation, it's a gift of posterity to ensure that our voices are never lost. 24 marks the 20th anniversary of the Legal Deposit Act. This year's Legal Deposit celebration was observed under the theme, Tomorrow's History, a call to collect, preserve, and share Jamaica's evolution. 37-year-old Vinroy Virgo of Falmouth Gardens and Falmouth Trelawney has been charged with wounding with intent following an incident in Water Square in the parish. Reports from the Falmouth police are that on Wednesday, October 9 at about 1 a.m., Virgo was at a club. He was reportedly told he could not enter the premises with alcohol. An argument developed between Virgo and the club bouncer. Virgo left but later confronted the bouncer as he was walking in the square. An argument developed, and in an ensuing tussle, Virgo reportedly brandished a knife and used it to stab the man to his left side. The man was taken to hospital where he was admitted in serious but stable condition. Virgo was arrested on Saturday, October 12, and subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. And that's it for Across Jamaica, and we now bring you the latest from across the Caribbean News Desk for today, Monday, October 14, 2024.
From the Caribbean News Desk, the morning edition. Good morning. I'm Dennis Chabrol.
And I'm Kendall Morgan with the latest from across the Caribbean.
Cricket West Indies President Dr. Kishore Shallow made his first political platform appearance in his native St. Vincent and the Grenadines yesterday and has stepped up the direct political exchanges with the leader of the ruling party, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. Dr. Shallow had in recent weeks accused Dr. Gonsalves of taking the developments of St. Vincent and the Grenadines 30 years behind some of its neighbors after more than 20 years in office, to which Dr. Gonsalves replied that it was the West Indies cricket president who had taken the game 30 years back in the region.
We talk about pressure does bust pipe, and the man feel the pressure. I have never witnessed a more grudgeful and cantankerous response. Grudgeful and cantankerous. And here what the man attack me on? Cricket. The man attack me on cricket. I'm not even going to defend because my cricket credentials speak for itself. I'm not going there. In fact, let me tell you this. I think I should take advice and take seriously a man who can't run even a single advice on cricket. The man can't even run a single, but he won't advise me about cricket. But tell him now, ring the bell. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Meanwhile, opposition leader Dr. Godwin Friday, who also addressed the rally, announced that his new Democratic Party will introduce a number of cost of living measures, including a reduction in value-added taxes and granting year-end bonuses if it wins the next general elections due next year.
In our first budget in government, hold me to this, we are going to introduce a measure to reduce VAT from 16% to 13%. In our first budget as a government, we will pay year-end bonuses to every public servant who works for the people of this country. Police officers, teachers, nurses, all the public servants.
Dr. Friday hinted that support for the new measures may come from introducing a citizenship by investment program, which is currently operated in all of the other independent OECS member countries.
Don't tell me we can't do it, because they're doing it in St. Kitts, they're doing it in Dominica. I'm going to make sure that the citizenship by investment program is properly monitored, and it will be one that will meet the highest levels of scrutiny. But most importantly, it will be transparent.
Operators in the medicinal cannabis industry in Barbados are complaining about the refusal of local banks to allow them to establish business accounts. Acting CEO of the Barbados Medicinal Cannabis Licensing Authority, Shanika Roberts-Odell, raised the concern at a conference and expo in the Barbados capital.
I have met myself on 3 separate occasions with the Barbados Banking Association. And on 3 separate occasions, they have politely but firmly told me no. But we will continue to fight. We will continue to advocate. And we will continue to agitate. We'll be joining 3 of our island nations, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent, within this particular forum.
St. Martin's Minister of Justice Lyndon Lewis says foreigners residing there illegally for more than 5 years will not be deported. He was speaking at a weekend news conference.
We have a border issue. We cannot do nothing about the people that is here. You should not be sending back anybody that is here over 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I have people are here, even at my age of 37 that I went to school with, are undocumented today.
While residency applications should take 4 months to process, the Justice Minister says there are several pending since 2022. Mr. Lewis says he has so far signed more than 500 dispensation letters to allow applicants to remain in Dutch St. Martin pending processing of their applications. He says a major reason for the backlog is the wielding of authority by civil servants and failing to tell applicants that they can get residency as a worker, humanitarian, or business owner.
We have a lot of individuals working under the ministry that believe that they are the ministers and that they decide. And I'm here to say, because of that, we have a major backlog. We are supposed to be there to help the people and not be continuously telling the people, no, you cannot get it.
This has been the Morning Edition from the Caribbean News Desk. You may contact us by phone or WhatsApp on +592 700 9293. Thanks for listening.
Share in the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
The 5% Club is now taking new members. Sounds exclusive? We don't want it to be. You see, it's made up of less than 5% of women who get screened for breast cancer in our country each year. At Sagicor, we've made it our mission to help to change the statistics. In fact, with 5,000 more women getting screened, we can officially become the 6% Club. And we won't stop there. So please get checked. Early detection saves lives. Go to bit.ly/5% Club JA.
You shop, we ship. Click and Ship Express. We make online shopping easy with hassle-free shipping that's affordable, fast, and convenient. Take advantage of our great rates, multiple locations island-wide, and extended opening hours. Track your package every step of the way. Have a question? Email, call, or chat with our customer service team. Sign up for free at clickandshipexpress.com and get your U.S. mailing address. Click and Ship. Like it, click it, ship it. Conditions apply. A product of Jamaica Post.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. Turning our attention now to a fairly young company celebrating 5 years. Canopy Insurance is an innovative, technology-driven health and life insurer powered by Grace Kennedy and the Muscle Group, two of the Caribbean's largest corporations. At Canopy, They combine the sincerity of old school customer care and the efficiency and simplicity of modern technology to deliver a hassle-free group insurance experience. For more on Canopy's 5-year-long journey, what they have been able to achieve, just talking to us some more about Canopy Insurance, we're being joined by the Chief Executive Officer of Canopy Insurance Company, Oliver Tomlinson, who is in studio with me. Good morning to you, Oliver.
Good morning to you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Nationwide this morning. Going to ask you just to come up some more to the mic so that our listeners or YouTubers can hear what you have to say. So, Oliver, if you could talk to us some more about Canopy Insurance.
Well, as you know, you've always heard the saying that adversity is the mother of innovation and creativity.
Yes.
And so Grace Kennedy and Musson recognized that there was a deficiency in the market for life insurance company that would offer the sort of service that they really wanted to be experiencing as companies. They are two large conglomerates and they have a lot of staff members who they insure. And so these two competing conglomerates came together, and in 2018 the concept was formed about Canopy Insurance, and a lot of groundwork started, and then we launched in October 2019 with group life insurance, predominantly covering members of the Musson Group and members of the Grace Kennedy Group. That's how we started in 2019. 5 years later, seems like a long journey, but in terms of insurance, a short time.
Yes.
But I think as it is now, we have covering about over 48,000 lives across Jamaica, and we have expanded our reach far beyond just Grace Kennedy and Musson.
And talk to us about that. Who else is signing up now outside of the people in those two entities?
Well, the way the life and health insurance business is in Jamaica,
yes,
it is heavily broker driven. So the brokers, they are the ones who have the relationship with the clients for the most part, and they in turn place the business with different life insurance companies. There are 3 life insurance companies in Jamaica that offer health insurance. And I want to say that at Canopy, we are the solely 100% Jamaican-owned life insurance company. I boast about that, and that nobody can refute that, but because that's just what it is.
Yeah.
And over the years, we have been able to so without naming the companies that we cover, we have been able to expand our reach across Jamaica. We can safely say that we have clients right across Jamaica in every parish, every nook and cranny, as they would say. And we also have providers. Those are the persons, the doctors, the pharmacists, etc., right across Jamaica, about 18,000 providers that are those who provide our services, or our cards can be used at those locations to get health services.
You said the farmers.
Pharmacists.
Oh.
Pharmacists. Well, we cover farmers too.
Yes.
Yes.
I was heading there. But since 2019 to now, Oliver, if you could, what would you say has been Canopy's top achievements?
Right. So there's this saying that if you can't beat the fear, then do it scared. Now, we entered the market at a point in which just 4 months after being in the business, health insurance business, COVID came.
Yes.
And COVID showed the need for healthcare in Jamaica. And it also showed the deficiencies in our system and forced us to do some things differently. And so no longer we were relying on a situation where customers came into us and fill in a lot of paper and we go through paper. We decided to do it using technology. So we're technologically driven, and we had to find creative and innovative way, primarily or partly because of COVID.
Yeah.
And we had to find new ways of having persons sign up for health insurance and become comfortable with it. Because that's the other thing. Persons had to become comfortable. And COVID forced that. So where persons would have been reluctant to sign up online, etc., we recognize that persons are more comfortable doing it, and we've made it easy for them. And, life insurance companies, I always say to persons, exist for one primary reason. Can you tell me what that is? You know what it is?
You tell me now?
Take a one guess. Yeah,
Life insurance.
company exists for one primary reason.
Does it have something to do with protection, with family?
Partially, but overall, the main reason for the existence of a life insurance company is to pay claims. That's it. It's to pay claims. Now, I tell people all the while, those who wonder about life insurance and health insurance, what should they have it? Life insurance, you want to have it, but you don't want to use it. Health insurance, you want to have it and you want to use it. The fact is, over the past 5 years, Canopy has paid out life and health insurance claims in excess of $10 billion.
Billion, as in bat or boy. Billion dollars.
Exactly. Over the past 5 years.
Wow.
Over $10 billion were paid out in claim. And we proudly say that we have been able to do it while exercising our, fiduciary responsibility of ensuring that there is, it is done in an atmosphere that persons feel comfortable and trust. Because they have to trust, Life insurance, you sell somebody something and you promise to pay it out when they die.
Yes.
It's not rice and flour. And so you have to be a trustworthy company. So the Grace Kennedy banner and the Muslim banner has really, really helped us because these are two entities that persons have learned or grown to trust over the years.
Lots of loyalty. Yeah.
Yes. And so we are able to do that.
So if somebody out there is listening, Oliver, and they're hearing about Canopy Insurance for the first time, why should they choose Canopy Insurance over another insurance agency?
Well, as I said, Canopy, think about it. Canopy, the word by in itself says coverage.
Yes.
Canopy, we got you covered. We're not going anywhere. Grace Kennedy has not gone anywhere. Muslim has not gone anywhere. We are committed through our customer corporate social responsibility to give back to Jamaica. So we have a very creative, innovative program to give back to Jamaica because that's where we are. That's who we are. We're Jamaicans. And Canopy should be chosen because you are almost guaranteed that you're going to be getting through to us without the levels of bureaucracy that might exist in some other institutions. And so we've used technology to make it easy for our customers to get to us. We have used technology to make it easy for our customers to hear back from us.
Yeah.
And so we have ease of access and a comfort level that persons have gotten over the years from dealing with Canopy to help them to recognize that, hey, that's a good company to be with and we pay our claims speedily.
Yeah, man, I can hear that. So speaking of the technology aspect, is it that you have a website that's user-friendly, an app, or what it is that Canopy is using to make these sign-ups and interfacing with the customers simpler, easier?
Well, I smile about this because, at the company, I might be considered as a dinosaur. Because I'm over 50. But these young persons have come up and Canopy is alive and well and very active on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and all the other social media entities. And the good thing about it is that we've recognized that persons more and more are being comfortable with going online, signing up, getting a quick response. And so once they go to our website, you log on to our portal. And once you log on to a portal, then the journey begins. And it's a very simple journey. It's like, insurance for persons who are total novice. And it really, really helps us to get them creative.
So Oliver is saying, listeners, if you have no clue really about it, you're new to it, the website is so user-friendly that you should not have any issues when you go on to interact with their online space at Canopy. But before we let you go, Oliver, persons needing more information about the services, tell us the name of the website as well as your contact information and where persons can find you guys.
So our website is www.canopyinsurance.com. We are currently, our physical location is not even important because you'll drive past our office every day and don't even know that's where we are. So I'm not even going to be promoting that, but we are very active on Twitter and on Instagram, that same hashtag and that same handle. And we are able to provide for you right now health insurance, life insurance, critical illness insurance, and that's very, very needed, personal accident insurance. And we have a great product you note my emphasis on great, which is a family indemnity plan, which allows you to cover yourself and up to 5 other members of your family for one same price. Whatever you choose, yourself and 5 family members can be covered for that same premium. And we believe that that is something that is taken on very, very well. And persons are very interested in making sure that you can support your families. And the truth is that that program is one of the easiest one for you to sign up to. Just go onto our website, www.canopyinsurance.com, and you log on to the portal and you'll be able to sign up right there and become a member of the Canopy family.
And Oliver, of course, we have a very active YouTube chat space here at Nationwide. And I see Max Romy here asking, at what age can someone open a life insurance policy?
18 years old.
Well, there you go, Max Romy. Yeah, and Max Romy is a grown person. So if
He's over 18.
You're over 18, Max. So if you're interested in Canopy Insurance opening a life insurance policy, you heard Oliver giving out the contact information, so you can get in touch with Oliver and all of the representatives over there at Canopy. Any final words you want to say, Oliver, before we let you go?
Well, if you are here in Jamaica, I want to encourage you. Don't wait until you need life insurance to try and get it. Life insurance is something that you should make sure that you have. It's better to have it and don't need it than to need it and don't have it. So if you need it and you don't have it, call us. Canopy, get in touch with us, Canopy Insurance, and we will make sure that we have you covered, as our name says. Canopy, we got you covered.
Thank you so much, Oliver. Oliver Tomlinson, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Canopy Insurance Company, talking to us this morning about the company. They're celebrating 5 years and what's on offer there. I'm going to take a break and come back with more.
Crisp and refreshing. Room temperature or chilled. A Pure Water would drink. The time by Pure Water is
8:24.
When Sagicor Bank thinks of a woman, here's what we see. We see business leaders managing sole trader businesses to large corporations. We see university graduates as our women uplift themselves academically. We see more home owners, ambitious women working hard to build their own legacy. We see leadership at home, with women proudly providing for and taking care of their families. We see entrepreneurs, Jamaican women playing a leading role in our economic growth. At Sagicor Bank, we see the invaluable contribution of women in the home, communities, businesses, and development of our country. That's why we're in their corner, supporting Jamaica's women as they strive to achieve their dreams.
When last you get good bun, you don't know good bun until you have a mother's bakery bun. From you pull open the wrapper and it's soft so till. A so bun for nice. And from when you take the first bite, love it so till. A so bun for nice. Beg your piece.
Get your own mother's bakery bun.
I will buy one off you.
Yes, but I will charge a convenience fee.
I will take one. Me too. Mother's bakery buns. A so bun for nice. Try them today.
All right, welcome back. We're still here with you. It's Nationwide this morning. It's the big show. And of course, we just heard from Canopy, but we are in that segment, Tana, where I'm just going to tell anybody that I'll speak my mind. It's my opinion, and that's okay. That's okay for me. You know, some of you may disagree with me, but they're important questions to ask. And I'm glad a lot of you are woken up and you are here with us in the chat. You're my favorite. And, you know, I just like the fact that our listeners are live and direct. All of you. I see you there, Annette. I see you there, Andrew. I see you there, Annie. And I'm happy that we're still here. But Tana, what are we going to do next?
Well, right now we're opening the lines. Oh, and we have callers already. Just to say the numbers before we go to our first call of the morning, Keisha. The number is 630-9371-4, 630-9371-4, and our digital line is 618-8255. Keisha, good morning to you.
Hi, Tom. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hi, Sanjay. Morning. Sanjay.
Morning. Yes?
You know what I realized when you're on the morning program, you sound so different.
Oh, no, it's a different one. It's Sandre, not Sanjay.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I was like, what the voice, you know?
Him sound more lively in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's two different people.
Okay,
Yeah, Sanjay Lewis is on in the afternoon, and of course I have with me Sandre. Yeah.
Okay, got to mess about what the voice kind of, you know?
Yeah,
Anyway,
Keisha.
anyhow, so you good, Tana?
Yeah, man, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty fine. Thank you.
Okay. What's on your mind this morning?
All right, Tana. So I'm listening to the whole thing about press freedom. And, but Tana, listen, were you in media in 2015 leading up to the 2016 election?
I was not. Yeah.
Were you following the space? What was going on?
Yeah, now and again, but I wouldn't say I was, directly involved in it every day.
Okay. Well, Tana, I followed through. I really like politics, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Tana, I followed that campaign leading up to the day when persons went to the poll, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you the truth. A lot of media entities should have lucky say Andrew Holness. Because I'm telling you something, Tana. Some headlines that were put out, and when you check it out, we can't repeat them, I repeat them.
Mm-hmm.
And when you check it out, no such thing. And I'm saying that I know for certain that if Tana or anybody should have put out something that is not factual, I am sure that Sir is going to call you up, Tana.
He doesn't even have to.
Repeat that.
I'm saying he wouldn't even have to.
Oh, yeah, sure. And Tana, I am listening because I love current affairs, right?
Yeah.
And I've listened to other stations, right? Because for my time, I have a cheer radio on, class for me do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the summertime, I heard persons sit in front of a mic. That should know better because sometimes in a time that we, the listeners and callers, sometimes we don't have the information. Sometimes we don't have even the means to even get access to certain people to clarify certain stuff that you would have heard, right? And I would sat down and I would have heard persons that work at radio station and some stuff that they put out and they're allowed to get away with it from their management.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And this is the reason why I'm saying, Mr. Everett Warmington might be speaking from a different space that probably you or your co-host may not be listening. He might have the time to listen, like what I do, and even some of the time when you read certain headlines, and you say to yourself, no, so this can't be true.
So here's my thing on that then, Keisha. As I said, media not above criticism. So for example then, Everett Warmington, as you're mentioning, who has hit out, sees a series of reports that are either inaccurate, showing some sort of bias, whatever the case might be, headlines that are sensational and not matching the substance of what a report says, whatever the case might be.
Okay.
Why doesn't he, right, archive all of that material that he has been seeing over a period of time, that has informed his utterances and put that to the people. This is the case why I believe so and so and so. What I said this morning, is that you can't just come out and you attack or you double down on something without substantiating it. That's where I have the problem.
But who to tell Tana that he himself doesn't gather all those materials and have it?
But we don't know that.
Yeah, but I think that they would have that information, So if it's the case where they have that information, because they're not just saying it because they want to say it. If it's the case that they have the information, put it out, speak to it. As a matter of fact, I heard.
Have you met with that media entity on the matter? Meaning has Warmington or the GLP in general?
Anybody in the party
met with that media entity? Have they met with the Press Association of Jamaica on issues like these? I don't know, but that's where I'd.
Question that Tana, as a reporter or a journalist.
Hold on, say that again, Keisha.
And I said. And that matter that you just mentioned, no, I said, then that should be something that you put to Mr. Warrington.
Yes, of course. Of course. If I was there yesterday, I would ask, on what.
Even know in the capacity of your sitting down, because we the people.
But that's what I was saying this morning, You, if you're coming with certain things, what are you coming with to substantiate that this is what has informed your pronouncements? I said that this morning.
I understand where you're coming from. As for me, I'm saying that I would have listened, especially to, as I said before, Tana, when you have a mic in front of you, and you have certain information and you can get certain information, Tana, I'm not expecting that you're supposed to put out information that is misleading, Because the thing about it, Tana, right? I remember hearing something some weeks ago, right? And when the person came back sometime after and clarified that, I say to myself, no, why did not the person just take up the phone, reach out to, because when you're in media, you have access to people, reach out to such individual, get the correct information before put it out. Now, when you come and do that correction, how many persons that were listening 3 or 4 days before listen to what you are saying and have better particulars?
I totally get that, Keisha.
Go again, Tana?
Yeah, I totally get your point, yeah.
Good, and that is one of the problems we're having. Sometimes the misinformation, or it takes too long to clarify, and many of the persons who get up from where they are, move on with whatever information they got. They don't get the time people know the information were corrected,
That's true.
Somebody is the same information and it gone and they just continue on and on and on.
Yeah, but you see what we want to realize, or what we want to actualize then, Keisha. I remember a couple months ago, if I'm not mistaken, when Minister Morgan was still Minister of Information, he had put out a particular platform that they are working on as it relates to correcting misinformation and that type of thing. Is that something that the government is still actively working on? Those are questions you want to ask as well. I remember in the past as well, where the Prime Minister came out and he spoke on different matters, but he read from articles in the past. So we're saying something like that is a good way to, if he is, doing his expose about the media. Nobody is saying that they disagree with Warmington or agree with Warmington for those who are listening. It's a matter of if he's saying, just like how they've been attacking a lot of media entities, if they're saying this is the case, which nobody is saying we agree or disagree with, we're saying come with the facts in the moment as well and lay them out as they are.
And that is even I've said to other group members a specific group, different group. And I said to persons here, you know what, the government should actually have a platform that they can use to debunk misinformation. So whenever something went out, person can go there and see the accuracy.
Yeah. But I hear that as well, Keisha. But I think on the point of the media too, that if there are reports that are indicating that, what is being reported on is misrepresenting the facts or whatever the case might be, then that should be fixed too. Yeah.
Yes,
And if
because-
on Warmington's side, he sees a thread of things that he believes is showing up, inaccuracies, bias, untruths, whatever it might be, show that to the public. This is what is informing my position on the media or sections of the media or whatever the case might be.
I depend on traditional media, be they press, to provide us with accurate information. And one of the things I would hate to know is that I heard something and I repeat it back because I depend on a media entity to provide us with factual information. And then later on, as I repeat it, probably 2-3 days time, I heard, the story is not true. I don't like that. Don't like it at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, bless up. Thanks. Take care.
All right, Keisha.
All right, thank you, Keisha.
Who's next? Or take a break and come back.
Jamaica live good, yeah. I make we enjoy life, what we feel safe at night.
Oi there! I can't pick Aki off of my tree. Are you planty? I know that. Come beat me. Beat me, Cheryl, come beat me. But she I ya sweep up over here when the leaf them nasty up me yard. You know what? I cut this down.
Keela, Cheryl, how was that? Wanna stop the quarreling, no man? This no call for in our community. This no sound good, man.
Nobody tell me nothing. You know see how Cheryl turn bad. Me pick 2 little Aki off her tree off of the limb way hang down over my yard. And here she go talk about. She go cut down tree. And that me say, so what?
No bother with no quarrel, no fight. Cheryl, no cut down the tree. Uno live good, no people. Uno a big man, you know. And uno a neighbor. The picnic them a friend too. We have to set the example for the picnic them. Live good. Me a beg uno. Do.
A true ya talking a good son.
Take a little Aki them Keela. Cause for real, the limb really hung over your yard. We are neighbor. Make we start live good.
Aye. I saw it figure man. Live good, me say.
Jamaica live good, yeah. I make we enjoy life, what we feel safe at night. Jamaica live good, I better you and I.
A message from the Ministry of National Security.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. Wilson, you're up.
Yeah, good morning. I want to Judge Davis. You're not working here again?
He's on vacation. He'll be back soon.
Oh. I want to hear up one of the birds, you know, where I listen to your station. In name Liquor One, but in name Myrie. Hear up Myrie from Portmore.
All right. Good morning to you, Myrie.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man.
Oh, that's it, Wilson? All right.
All right, Wilson.
Richie, good morning.
Morning,
Good morning,
Richie.
Tono.
Morning,
Good morning,
sir.
my Sanjay. Tono, you know why Sanjay is so different? Because he's beside you. Yes, man.
I'll take that, Richie. I'll take that.
Yes, it belongs to you.
No, man. It's because it's 2 different Sandre. That's why.
Also, Keith has mixing you guys up.
Yeah, people. I guess it's because the names are close, you know.
Yes, but Tana still said you sounding different as a different person. No, so she talked about you.
No, man. I was responding to something Keisha said earlier.
I know.
Okay.
We just have to get a picture with it, man.
Okay, gotcha.
That's why I am.
So what's on your mind this morning, Richie?
Just quite a few things. You see this attack on media houses? I think it's a wake-up call for them. Mr. Warmington, I listen to him, and I think he just needs to come with facts. You understand what I'm saying? So I say no more than that. You guys are too young. So I'm talking about the attack on at DC First College and the youth.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys are too young to know when ladies never used to wear pants. You know that?
Yeah, there's some
No,
point,
there's
there's some point that there's knowledge of that.
At particular institutions, yeah.
Because pants, ladies never used to wear pants because true men used to wear pants. We used to believe that men pants belong to men. But the time comes that when ladies are wearing pants go to church. No, we realize the truth. And the word pants is not in the Bible, you know. You follow me? Right now, again, if you should notice, some pictures that they put up with white men with long hair and said it is the portraying Christ. Christ in the Bible said Christ was a Nazarene. He was from the tribe of Nazarene. And a razor should not go on his head. You know that though. And I believe the Nazarene, they were black people. And now we see these people that put up and said this is what they are portraying Christ. We believe, as the Bible said, and Christ was from Nazarene and a razor should not go on his head. So I believe this man, Christ, which they are portraying as a white man, I believe is a black man, and I believe is a Rasta man. Where am I going with this? Paul in the Bible again said men look on the outward appearance, but God look on the heart. These people at GC Foster College, they are just following the belief, they're not following the Bible. And I think it's time to give the youth a break. You hear me say? They need to give the youth a break. The youth are in the modern time and know what is right and what is wrong, but those people, they are just following their belief. And the truth is, I believe they call themselves Christians. Because they said they are Christians, yes. And they're following the word, they're following their own belief. But they are not following the word of God, and I think it's a time for them to give the youth a break. Next point is, I believe, I love politics, and I've been following politics for years. From I was a little boy working in mother, I'm a father pass because I love politics. And with Margaret and the PMP, in the last Parish Council election, I don't see how they could get the gains that they get, except for vote buying.
Wait a whole minute there, Richie. We don't have any evidence of that, sir. So
of what?
Of what you just said. So
that's my belief.
But how did you know what? I'm not even going to go down that route with you to ask you how you come up with that or
with
whatever.
What? Which one of these you disagree with?
With alleging there was vote buying involved.
I'm going to give you one of my proof. You want me to give you one?
No, Richie, I don't. I don't want to go there this morning at all. No.
Well, that's my belief.
Okay, then, Richie. That's final point of the morning?
For me?
Yes.
No. Leave vote buying alone now. Margaret and the PMP was out there campaigning for 4 years. Andrew won a campaign for 16 days. And yet the election, I know, I've been doing research, and you people know as well, that JLP supporters does not vote much in Parish Council election. They don't believe in voting. And I believe quarter of the JLP supporters did not vote in the election, and yet they win the election. So I don't see no chance of the PMP coming to win election in this one.
Oh.
But you know what I think needed to turn on? I need that they need to have a ombudsman with teeth. We can't buy seriously because you see, based on what I'm seeing from the PMP party.
But Richie, you know, they subsumed the office of the political ombudsman into the electoral office of Jamaica.
I don't know.
Electoral Commission, pardon. Yeah, they subsumed it.
So they subsumed it. So what is it that they're going to do then?
The Electoral Commission now oversees all those matters that would be under the remit of the political ombudsman.
Oh, so it will be of good value.
Well, that's the argument. Well, that's the argument based on the decision.
You know what I'm saying to you? Based on what I see the PMP party is doing, they are saying that I believe they are saying that we will be taking the election at all costs. And I think that this election could be a very bloody one. You hear me say? I believe it could be a very bloody one. And for people, we're not going there anyway. But that's my point here. I think that this one will be a very bloody one.
Well, we hope we never see another bloody election. But thank you, Richie. Thank you, Richie. Do we have another caller? No, we don't have another caller. That's it. Thank you for reaching out to us. Of course, you know, we like hearing from our listeners here on Nationwide this morning.
This could be your year to build with an NHT loan. Find out more at nht.gov.jm. The time by NHT is
8:47.
The Birthday Club is brought to you by Popeye's Wings. Try the 6-piece combo today for only $1,395. Wing the alarm!
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky, just the two of us. You and I. We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted water's all that is, and it don't make no flowers grow. Good things might come to those who wait, but not for those who wait too late. We gotta go for all we know. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building them castles in the sky, just the two of us. You and I.
That time of the morning when we tell some very special people happy birthday and happy anniversary.
You know, it's that time. Yeah, I'm sorry, I got caught away. I got carried away there. Sorry, you know, I just got lost into. I got lost in good music, man.
Sanjay, what happened? I'll call you Sanjay. Sanjay, what happened this weekend?
No, man, I got some good beach time. I went into the beach, you know. It was actually a really nice beach, actually.
Yeah.
The water was blue.
Yeah,
but it's not about me. It's about those who are here celebrating their birthdays today. Today is a day like no other day. It is your day. It's October 14th, 2024. And we have CJ Martinez in the chat saying, happy birthday, Uncle Stephen. Hope you have a great birthday.
Kate C. Buello also sending happy birthday greetings to nephew Alaska. Happy birthday to you. She says, Auntie loves you so much. Lasco B. Happy birthday to you, Alaska. Hope you have a really good one.
Yes, there's Donald Llewellyn saying happy birthday to one of my many big brothers, Lloyd Llewellyn. He's a great brother, husband, and father, and also a nice uncle. Big up yourself, Pan NNN. Well, you know, nationwide this morning, he's getting that big up. Happy birthday to you, Lloyd.
Who else is celebrating a birthday on the YouTube chat? Juliet Sanchez here. This one is for you, Sandre. It says, Tana, when is George returning from vacation? Sandre Mawan, tell me happy birthday when my birthday comes. Oh my.
Don't worry. I'll have them call me in. You know, don't worry. If I'm not here, I'll have them call me. Rosie Watt say happy birthday greetings to Jonathan Williams celebrating his special day today, October 14. Jonathan, big up yourself. By your strong happy birthday coming to you from Rosie Watt.
And over on Facebook, happy birthday greetings going out to Kemal Seaburn, Carlene Brown, the first Chevelle. Happy birthday to you.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday
Sashi
as well.
Boo.
Mm-hmm.
Spice Mom King, Juliet Bodley.
Happy birthday to you, Julie Mango, Juliet Bodley. Hope you have a really good day. Happy birthday as well to Khadijah. Happy birthday, Khadijah.
Then we're seeing Tasha Brady, Molly Smith, Colleen Benjamin wishing you all a very, very happy birthday.
Seeing to others here on Facebook, Beverly Borland, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday as well to Lerone Brown. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hope you have a really good day.
All right. That's it from our birthday club. And of course, at this time, we want you to send your birthdays in. And while I'm here, I'll try to make it extra special for you from the desk of Nationwide this morning. But there's one that we have, a very special one, VVIB. Tana.
Happy birthday greetings going out to, this one says, happy 60th birthday greetings to my brother Winston Craddock. He's an ardent listener of NNN. The message for you, Winston, we wish him a good day and many birthdays to come from Sandra, Jason, Jaylan, Jana, and your mom, Kathleen. And this one is for you.
All right. I'm not going to miss this too quickly. Albert Lewis, happy birthday to Mom Avis Lewis here in St. Florida. May she have a wonderful day. And then I go down to Donna Llewellyn saying it's her church sister's birthday. Nadisha Thompson wishing you a happy birthday. She says, keep being you, simply the best. Jermaine, take it away.
The Birthday Club was brought to you by Popeye's Wings. Try the 6-piece combo today for only $1,395. Wing the alarm!
Love has found its way in our hearts today, yeah. Love has found its way in our hearts
today. Seeing a final birthday or two, Carve Wallace sending happy birthday greetings to daughter Shanique Wallace. Happy birthday to you, Shanique. Hope you have a really good one. Yeah, and did you see this one? Sandra CJ Martinez sending belated birthday greetings to his friend Anna.
I missed that one, so
who
I'm
is
wishing
in the
Anna
American Army.
happy birthday to you, Anna.
Happy birthday, Anna.
And it makes me feel so fine. I'm so thankful, baby, that Jah has made you mine. I'm so thankful that Jah has made you mine. 'Cause love has found.
That has been it for the show Nationwide this morning. You guys have been a rowdy, engaged bunch this morning. We're grateful for your company.
Indeed.
Thanks so much to our YouTubers, our peeps out there in Radioland, or callers, or guests. Well, we had one this morning from Canopy. Thanks so much to you, Oliver Tomlinson. Thanks as well to our technical operator and the musical maestro, Jermaine King, our super producer, Michelle McCrae Smith, and our super editor, Kimon Thompson. Up next, the Consumer Hour with Norgay Banton, and at 10, Cliff Hughes Online. I'm Tana Thomas.
And I'm Sondre Roden.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You've just heard Nationwide this morning on Nationwide 90 FM.
And all your tenderness. I said all your tenderness. Yeah. Oh, lady, you made me so very happy. Even the blind man could see it. That love can be so beautiful. Love that that's meant to be. Oh, love that's meant to be.
Fearless and fair. Nationwide 90 FM.